MJF is back.
Oh yeah, and looking
Uh,
like Triple H, but without long hair and a
yeah,
snarl.
Juice Robinson's back.
I saw that too. Half cock Bruce Robinson.
Uh, Jack Perry got set on fire.
He did. Malachi Black almost had a nice change of House of Black almost went with Edge. Teased the shit out of that one.
Yeah, they did.
And
Uh,
Gangrel showed up.
Gangrel showed up. But yeah, Liv Morgan made out with Dom Mysterio.
Yeah. Uh, Gunther is looking forward to fighting either Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest.
But Priest continues to cook everybody.
Yeah, he is a hell of a good time here. Welcome everybody to the DA Wrestling Podcast. Here, I am your host, Uncle Andrew, and this is over there is Uncle Doug. I hope everybody's having a wonderful Monday tonight. We'll be doing a little bit of a double off thing, bit of Raw as well. We're gonna start though with Raw because that is the freshest in my mind right now.
Same.
Let's start off with what's the high points? Let's go with Gunther, the Gunther segment. He opened up Raw today.
Yeah. Okay. So Gunther comes out and completely ignoring the fact that Orton's shoulder was up, and I'm really glad that Priest brought it up.
Yeah,
But anyways, Gunther's going on about how he's going to be the next world champion, and then he said, "Let's talk about the current world champion." He starts talking about how Damian Priest used a shortcut to get the title,
yep.
which immediately prompted Damian Priest to come to the ring.
I'm really liking this Damian Priest right now. I don't. I'll be honest. I don't really want him. If he does lose to McIntyre, I'm gonna be kind of upset.
Listen, when we're done talking about the Judgment Day stuff on the show,
Yep.
I'm gonna give you what I think about Damian Priest right now.
Cool.
Um, but anyways, Priest comes out and decides to drop a little reality on the situation. The
Yeah.
fact that he didn't actually beat Randy Orton,
Yeah.
but he said if he wanted to take credit for something, take credit for the fact that you cost Randy a shot at the title.
Yeah.
And then he started saying how, you know, he won the title because he cashed in Money in the Bank, because he earned it in a ladder match. And basically, like, going over all these scenarios about how things work in WWE
Yeah.
that apparently Gunther just has no clue.
I don't think
Um,
Gunther really cares.
that's fair. When you hold a title for a year
666 days.
and a half, then almost 2 years, I mean, I guess you kind of forget about the other things that happen around the company.
Yeah. Absolutely.
God, someone check Roman Reigns' memory.
Yeah. Well, that's another one.
But yeah, so eventually Drew McIntyre comes out
Yep.
and he starts trying to get in the head of Damian Priest, and Priest sees right through it.
Yeah.
But then he says, "Okay, like, we're going to Scotland. Like, is your wife going to be there?"
Yeah.
And that immediately set Drew off.
Well,
And
Drew also kind of pushed a little bit too, saying how he's going to basically be in Glasgow, where it's all the Scottish people, and he's going to be
mhm,
booed. Basically, that's where Priest kind of just went. I think booing is going to be a problem. It's
yeah,
not. But
so
he
and
did. He
actually,
did also mention CM Punk first too. So let's not forget about that.
that's true. But that was just like one line enough where I just don't. Um, but at the end of it, Priest was just like, okay, like,
I mean, it's kind of one of those things where like he's just Drew is basically is fully playing like he's playing the heel in the U.S., but he's totally be the face in Scotland.
of course he will.
You know?
But that prompted Braun Strowman to come out for his match with JD McDonough.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, it's kind of what I expected.
Strowman hit him with a chop at some point in this match so hard I laughed my ass off. It was when McDonough was trying to
Yeah.
chop him like 3 or 4 times,
Yeah.
and then just like a big pancake right on his chest, and he like,
I, I'm not gonna lie. Really like Pat McAfee's commenting when like JD McDonough's on there because it's calls him JD McDumma. They just
yeah,
like just they make fun of his big head.
Oh yeah, no, there's always big head jokes there.
Yeah, it's hilarious. Uh, yeah, it was a good segment. Like it was like really makes me like want to like just sit there and go,
Carlito tried to get involved.
yeah. Oh, I also liked how in that segment there too that Drew McIntyre mentioned how Mommy was the real leader of the Judgment Day, wasn't actually Damian Priest. And that's all falling apart around him.
Except that's the thing.
Yeah,
Because listen, if you look at the run Damian Priest has been on since WrestleMania,
yeah,
and especially since Rhea got hurt,
yeah.
like that dude has taken over that show.
Well, he also like I was like today too how like he was do I have to take care of these things myself, and he just dismantled LWO and like everybody
Yeah.
in that ring. He just dismantled everybody.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess we'll just kind of get to it because yeah, he popped up later in the Carlito Ray match.
Yeah,
Uh, beat up Ray. Um, they're gonna have a match next week, and then they're all back at the clubhouse, and you know, Dom walks in,
yeah,
and you know, Priest says, what are you doing, dude?
yeah,
He's like, you know, basically like, why am I taking care of everything myself?
yeah.
And I think this is what's going to cause Priest to get kicked out of the Judgment Day. But I don't think Priest is actually going to get kicked out of the Judgment Day. He's just
Yeah.
going to leave.
Yeah, I think
One of those like, I don't need you guys anymore.
yeah. Then mommy's gonna come back and well, I mean
I
this
don't think he's leaving until she comes back.
no. I think this whole thing too with Dom is leading towards I hate to say it, it sounds like it's leading towards Dom leaving mommy for Liv.
Oh yeah, and
Judging by what happened at the end of Raw night.
yeah. So let's talk about Braun Breaker.
Okay.
So they recap the attack that the rampage he went on last week.
Yeah.
And Ricochet is in the back and he gets cleared. Dragunov comes in and says, thank you for pushing me away and kind of taking the bullet for Braun. You know, when you're healed up, like, let's go for round two.
Yeah.
And Ricochet says, why wait?
Yeah.
So we get Ricochet and Ilya Dragunov round two.
Although I did like what Ilya said to him after he's like, I break people. I don't I don't go after people who are already broken.
Yeah, he's like, when I go in there, I don't fight people, I break people, but I don't like to fight broken people
Yeah.
or something to that
Yeah,
effect.
something like that. Yeah.
It
So
was
it's
a
actually
bar. It
it
was a
was
bar.
yeah, it was nice. It was good. I liked it. Like I like the Dragonoff thing. I'm interested to see where they go with Dragonoff on Raw. I really am. Like I really like where they're going with this. Right now, it's to see where they're going. But Braun though,
Was supposedly
dismantled.
was supposedly suspended and
Yeah,
fined,
yeah. He took
but
out
Braun
Ricochet.
Braun didn't care.
No.
Ricochet hits the shooting star press,
No.
but he's selling the ribs big time.
Yeah.
So he kind of like RVD sold it.
Yeah.
And then like he rolls like to like another corner.
Yeah.
And then as he gets up to go pin up, here comes Braun. It just breaks him in half. Ricochet does the flip cell.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah. And then he takes out Dragonoff.
Well, Dragunov tries to get back at him,
Yeah.
and Braun just cuts him in half too.
Yeah, this is a different type of. I honestly, like, they mentioned his speed a lot on today too, and I may have mentioned it before in the past too. I'm not gonna lie to you. I know we played football.
Mm-hmm.
Now
I
that's
think I think he runs a 4.740.
that speed alone.
That's like a
I'm surprised he's not in the NFL as a linebacker. I'm really surprised.
that's a 4.740, dude.
Yeah, like I'm
Easy.
surprised he is not in the NFL right now as a
Dude.
linebacker for somebody. Like
And
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not the biggest fan of this team, but he has Pittsburgh Steeler or Baltimore Raven right on him. 100%. Like
Yeah,
if you put him as a linebacker on the
he has.
Steelers, right beside JJ Watt, line up beside JJ Watt, sorry,
TJ
TJ
Watt.
Watt, that's disgusting.
But yeah, that's the crazy part, right? Like
Yeah,
he reminds me of like a faster version of Terrell Suggs.
yeah, it's
But actually,
disgusting.
for how hard he hits, you could call him Ray Lewis,
That's true too.
a
Like,
faster Ray Lewis.
yeah, well, more of his, yeah, or probably more his prime.
Yeah,
But yeah, like guys moves, like gee, like just watch him, like can moves, man. Like
and the craziest thought
he's
came
not a
into my
light
brain.
boy. He's not a light boy.
The craziest thought came into my brain. You know how you really establish Braun here?
How?
Ricochet and Dragunov versus Braun Breaker in a 2-on-1 handicap match, and Braun just kills them both.
Yeah, but do you really want to have Ricochet could take the loss, but I don't know if you
So
really
could
want to do that to
Dragunov.
John.
If you're building Braun for something,
Yeah, I guess so.
if you're building Braun for something, or you do a thing where it's advertised as a handicap match, but Braun takes out Ricochet
It
before
just
the
has
match,
it just
and
has
then just
Dragunov.
I'm not saying squash Dragunov.
No, him and Dragunov will have a really good match, but Dragunov would come out the loser. As long as it's like if you have a match with Dragunov,
Like give it like a
give
a
it 15
65
minutes.
a 65-35.
Yeah,
You know,
right.
like you don't have to have.
You don't have to break your squash him. No, you don't want to do that.
Yeah, you don't have to like squash him. It doesn't have to
Yeah,
be like all Braun.
yeah,
But what I'm saying is like because Braun's bigger, you have Dragunov control like 35% of the match,
yeah.
but you have Braun control the other 65%, and then you do like I could see that cool finish they've been doing in it when at the end of his NXT run with Rick
Yeah.
Williams, where they're in
Mm.
opposite corners. He goes for Torpedo Moscow,
And Braun
and
spears him.
Braun kills him with a spear.
That
And
spear is becoming almost everybody's finisher
it's
nowadays.
but it is the best spear in the business, hands down. Better than
Bronze?
Roman.
Better than
Better
Roman.
than better than Roman.
Better than Bills.
Yeah. When it comes to because he's faster than Bill Goldberg.
Yeah, he's definitely faster than Bill Goldberg.
And remember, like the appeal of the spear is because of how like it looks like a collision,
Yeah, and
right?
how it can end stuff quickly too.
And the faster that person's going,
Yeah, that's true.
the more devastating it's going to look,
Yeah, that's true.
right? That's why when Batista did,
Yeah.
it looked crazy, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But
Uh, Alpha Academy stuff happened today too. Thought we were gonna get Otis to the turn here,
it's
or
coming.
it's coming though for sure. I don't know what they're really waiting on. I don't know what the reason behind it is, unless he's gonna inadvertently cost Sammy the title. I don't know what's going on. Why they're not
I
doing it yet?
I think they're slow burning this.
Yeah, I,
But there
I
was a very interesting part right before the main event.
yeah,
Otis lost to Bronson Reed because Chad Gable kept distracting him.
yeah,
Um, After the match, Gable was going to whip Otis with
yeah.
his belt,
Maxine got in the way.
and Maxine stopped him.
Yeah,
And then when he went to go do it again, Sami Zayn's music hit,
yeah,
and Sammy basically stopped him at that point.
yeah,
Wrestled the belt away from him,
yeah.
and then Gable kind of beat up Sammy,
Sami Zayn. Yeah,
and that ended the segment
yeah,
with Otis reluctantly following Chad
yeah.
Gable.
Yeah, this is a really slow burn. I kind of should just get to it by this point here. I mean, might as well, but at this point, because we all know it's going to happen, or unless they're going to do the opposite. But like, I'd almost rather have them do the opposite. But
I don't think you tease the turn like this and not deliver.
well,
I mean,
oh,
I mean, I know it's a different company, but you look at how long they teased Wardlow and MJF,
well, that's just it, right? That dragged on for a
right?
while.
They could drag it out. I don't think they're going to drag it out like 3 months like they did,
No, I hope not too.
but
Let's get to the main event here, then we'll get on to Double or Nothing. Because there wasn't much else that happened. Like Lyra Valkyria faced Kairi Sane.
That was still an insane annihilator, by the way.
That was good. Uh,
Io Sky freaked the fuck out
yeah,
after Lyra won.
yeah. AOP beat the Creeds in a match.
Miz almost got himself canceled.
Yeah, well, not really.
Oh no, he did. If he had said what everyone was thinking,
What, chocolate?
yes, yes,
Not getting canceled. That's just calling a spade a spade.
I know.
But yeah, most part it was good. Liv Morgan versus Becky Lynch in the cage match, and boy oh boy is Dom Mysterio an idiot. But I think it's also part of the plan. So
we can Liv can kind of give an assist to Braun Strowman too.
yeah, that's true too. I mean, it's. I mean, I'm glad Liv won, but I don't think she's ever going to beat Becky clean. I just don't see
So
it.
according to Fightful
Yeah,
today,
yeah.
Becky's contract is done at the end of the weekend.
Okay.
Does that mean I think she's going anywhere? Absolutely fucking no.
I don't think she goes anywhere at all.
But I do think I did see someone state this and it kind of made sense. I think she goes away for a bit.
Yeah.
Just kind of be's mom for a bit.
Why not?
And then she comes back on a part-time basis.
Yeah, I don't think she has to like be there as much as she is anymore. I think she wants to go home and be mom.
Yeah,
Speaking of
and that's fair.
contracts too, speaking of contracts too, I heard Natalia's contract's coming up, and they don't know if she doesn't know if she's gonna resign or whatever, or what she's gonna do.
Sorry, who?
Natalia.
Oh yeah, no, I heard about
Yeah,
that like late last week.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, to be honest, I don't know if they really at this point they don't really use her for anything. I find her very boring anyway. Unless you're gonna keep her in WWE as a trainer, there's no point to me.
Like I still think she has a lot to offer
I do too. I
if
just think as a trainer.
if she wants to.
Yeah,
I still think she is good at getting over new talent.
yeah.
Um, like she's been doing that thing with Tegan Knox lately.
That's kind of done with though too, for the most part. I
Yeah,
mean, like she's good. She's good at wrestling. She knows. I have her as a trainer. I think that might be what her
yeah.
future
I
will
I would
be.
yeah, like I mean she's one of those people that like if she decides to resign, like and then when she's ready to actually like give it up,
Yeah.
like they have a spot for her down at the PC
Oh,
for
for
sure.
sure, for sure. Double or Nothing that happened yesterday. Boy, that was an interesting. That
No,
was a
we
good
completely
show.
skipped the main event.
Oh, I'm sorry. Back to it again. So sorry, everybody. Liv Morgan, Becky Lynch, cage match. Good cage match. A lot of stuff going on in it. Braun
Um,
Strowman came out.
honestly, like
Oh, somebody actually crawled through the cage though.
is is the steel cage match Becky Lynch's signature match?
She's done the most of them, hasn't she?
I'm starting to think that it might be
But the cage
because
match,
like she's had like three of them in the last year.
well, it's also too like it's a good way to like keep it somewhat more. It's more believable if someone wins in a cage match, even with outside interference, than you do in an actual regular match.
But the whole point of a steel cage is to keep the interference away.
Yeah, it never happens. Never
Yeah,
happens. It never
but
does.
no, I'm just saying
I
like
like how Liv crawled out though. That was kind of nice. You know, you'll see people often just
yeah, it
crawl out
missed all
there
the
anymore.
chaos. Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
like
I'm just saying because like so late in the match, Dom comes down.
yeah,
Both Liv and Becky are down. Dom
yeah,
comes down and he opens the door trying to say, Becky, come
yeah.
on. Like, come on.
Well, Finn gets down there too. He's like, "What are you doing?"
And Finn and JD come down and they're like, Dom, like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
And all Dom kept saying is, I have to make this right. I have to fix it.
yeah.
And then Braun Strowman's music hit because he's been chasing JD McDonough since the opening, like the last 3 hours. He's been chasing JD throughout this building.
Braun Strowman is going to run into Damian Priest in probably the next week or two and lose. Like, I have a feeling Priest is going to be the one that takes out Strowman.
Just like Priest is taking care of all of Judgment Day's
Yeah,
problems.
I think that's exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah,
It's gonna really build up. That's why I like where they're going with Priest right now. I really do. It's
that was
good.
that was my point, right? Like, they like they're letting him cook on the mic.
Yeah.
You know, they're letting him
Oh,
they're letting him cook. They're letting he's not because he has more of a spotlight now with Rhea Hurt,
yeah.
and he's talking more,
hmm
and he's showcasing like why he's the world champion.
I like Priest more than when he was in NXT and when he was first came on the main roster.
But I think,
I become more
well,
of a fan of him now than he ever
yeah,
was. And he's been in the WWE system now for what, 5, 6 years, maybe longer.
2017, I think.
Okay, so all for 8 years, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like this is probably the best
He
version of
spent three
Priest.
down in NXT.
Yeah, to me, this is the best version of Priest I've seen in WWE.
100%. But I
Yeah,
mean, that's also what being a 20-year vet will do,
yeah,
because I mean, this rising star, Damian Priest, is 40 something years old.
yeah. And at the end of the match,
Crazy.
Liv kisses Dom. And Dom has a look in his eye like, "What happened?" And she's like, "Hee."
Yeah. And that's
So,
but actually I found out that US viewers actually missed this.
oh really?
They cut
That's
it off before it happened.
that's
And yeah,
silly.
so yeah, Liv as she's walking out with the title, runs into Dom on the ramp, stops, looks at him, gives him a nice big long smooch.
Yeah,
And I'm starting to sound like Pat McAfee. Jesus Christ.
yeah, yeah. Big smooch.
Uh right big smooch.
Yeah,
And and then yeah, and
my
that's
ball
it.
goes off the air. Yeah.
Yeah.
Should be
Uh
interesting to see what goes on with this, especially when
I'm
mommy gets back.
I'm actually excited
Dum
to
dum.
watch next. I'm actually excited to watch next week.
Good. And I know you're excited now to watch Dynamite too because
Yes.
MJF's back. Will Ospreay is the new international champion, which I totally didn't really think he was going to do. They were going to do that, but hey, they did. Cole looks like he's pretty much almost ready to come back as well. Swerve kept his title, thank Christ.
He
Uh,
wasn't going to lose to
no, he
Christian
was
Cage.
never going to lose that title, but thank Christ. You never know sometimes with silly booking.
Yeah.
Don't forget, we always remember, folks, we did have that time in WCW when they took all the titles away from everybody. Remember that on Nitro? So bad.
The great reset.
Yeah, it was terrible idea. But yeah,
Actually, to be fair, I went back and watched it like a number of years ago, but I
yeah,
went back and watched it.
yep.
For how bad people say it is, like
It's so bad, it's
booking
good.
booking wise,
Yep.
like it's entertaining as fuck.
Oh, fair enough.
Nothing made sense.
No,
Okay. Not like there was no shred of evidence of any coherent story,
nope.
but the new blood versus the
The old,
Millionaires Club
yeah, yeah.
uh was so much fun to watch.
Uh, so Double or Nothing opened up with Osprey and Roderick Strong. Boy, that was a hell of a good match. I saw the highlights of it. I've seen, but that was a heck of a good match.
Yeah.
All
Um
right,
good opener.
us.
Osprey, I don't think was like I don't think the only way I thought Osprey was losing this match is if United Kingdom got involved, or not United Kingdom.
Undisputed Kingdom got involved.
That's the one.
I think
And
they
then
almost did.
post match, Adam Cole comes out,
Yep, he looking good.
goes to cut a promo
He's good to go
when
for a bit. Yeah,
when the lights went out,
yeah,
and we see a first person view going
yeah.
through
MJF's
what is
house.
presuming to be MJF's mansion,
Yeah,
and you see the Burberry scarf and a bunch of MJF stuff,
yeah.
but pulls out a picture out of the breast pocket,
Torn picture, by the way.
a torn picture. It's Adam Cole. And then from the other side, it's MJF. It puts the picture together.
Yep.
Lights go out again. Here comes the big return of MJF, the first time anyone has seen or heard from MJF
In
since
months.
actually almost 5 months to the day.
Jesus.
December 30th was the last time anyone seen him. Looking good.
Yep.
Looking tan. Looking swole.
Looking healthy.
Revealed the worst kept secret in professional wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
That he had resigned.
He's never leaving.
He's never leaving. He even has AEW tattooed on his calf now.
Yeah.
Cool. Good for him. I'm glad Max is back. But the way he dropped Adam Cole.
Kicked him in the nads, man.
Yeah, with that ball shot.
Yeah, kicked him right in the balls.
I don't think you're gonna get that big blow off between the two. And quite frankly, he came back, he acknowledged it, he kicked Adam Cole in the nuts. And if you're MJF, like, okay,
that's probably enough, yeah.
Yeah, so like I'll be interested to see if MJF, I would presume
I would assume right now,
that MJF opens Dynamite.
yes, and I would also assume too the only way this story picks back up is if either MJF or Cole is the champion. I think that's where they pick it back up.
So I think the way it's going to pick back up is so Tony Khan announced that the winner of both the men and women's own Heart Cup,
Owen Hart tournament.
yeah, they will get world title shots at All In Wembley. So I actually can see with MJF back in the fold. Now, my original pick for this, if this was the way it was going, was going to be Will Ospreay.
Yeah.
That's kind of easy.
Yeah.
But I think with MJF in this, I could see like an MJF Will Ospreay final.
I also see too with MJ and with Will Ospreay holding that international title now. I just don't see that happening. At least not now. So.
Oh, don't worry. You will see Will Ospreay for the world title in Wembley. And if it doesn't happen this year, I can guarantee you it'll happen next year.
Yeah, I feel that's going to become like just like a yearly thing now.
So I think MJF going after Swerve, who I hope is still champion by All In.
I have a feeling. I have a feeling right now. I mean, unless, like I said, unless Cole is actually fully healthy and is back, I don't see Swerve. I see Swerve holding that title.
All In is at the end of August.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So that gives Adam Cole another 3 months roughly.
Yeah.
To heal up.
Yeah.
I think that this doesn't pick up again until Cole's 100% healed.
Yeah, that's what I think. Unless Cole, I think Cole's the champion.
And I think it's going to involve screwing MJF out of regaining the AEW World title.
Possible, unless they want to do a triple threat at Wembley. But
no,
you never know.
I don't like that idea. But
it doesn't matter if you like it or not, they might do it. I'm just stating a fact. They might do
I'm just saying.
There's lots of things I don't like.
Anything's possible, but
like I don't like the fact they took Julia Hart the title off Julia Hart and gave to Willow just for Willow to drop it to Mercedes Moné just so they could play a stupid story.
But
that happened.
You and
I like the ending though.
But yes, actually, speaking of that, Stokely and Kat Statlander turned on Willow after the match.
This is something Statlander needed severely.
Sure.
I'm looking forward to where this goes with her as a heel because I've never seen since she's coming to AEW. I've never seen her as a heel. She was like an alien when she first came in.
Oh, true. Yeah. Okay. She posted that she will reveal why she turned on Willow on Dynamite.
Yeah. I understand it was a good match. Tony Storm beating Tyra Deep, not really a big surprise. I think we called that one. Uh, let's see, Moxley beat Takeshita. Now,
Yeah.
I thought now it was an eliminator match. I figured because it's because it's going down at Double or Nothing that Takeshita might win, but
Well,
I was
I
wrong.
mean, so I was listening to a review of Double or Nothing on my way to work,
Okay,
and and you know, I thought that this was perfectly set up for Takeshita to win,
yeah, that's what I thought.
but I guess because Moxley does have that looming title match with Evil coming up.
Oh, that's a good point.
Um, you want to make him look strong going in against Evil.
Now, is that gonna be a Forbidden Door? Is that gonna be at
I think it's at I think it's at New Japan's next show. Let me
okay,
let me just look this up real quick.
yeah.
Continue.
No, but John, yeah, that match was a good match. John took a nice beating in it too, but he gave a beating right back as well. I'm just like I said, I was surprised that John did win though. I really was. But I mean, I'm happy John won. I like John. I like John. I'm good with John. It
No,
doesn't
of
bother me too
course.
much. You know, I just think y'all, if you're gonna have it, just don't put a eliminator on it though. Just call it in for the IWGP title. Just call it for that. Might as well.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you can.
Think you what?
Sorry, I'm like
You guys are enjoying the content here right
I
now.
don't
Make
get
sure
it.
you write subscribe down below here, right? Well, give yourselves a little bit. It's a small click for you guys, but a big thing for us. Thank you very much. So, you were
Um,
saying, Doug?
yeah, I just don't understand why they keep this doing this stop and start bullshit with
Kesha?
Takeshita. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
it makes no sense to me.
no, it's just like because like he showed when he came in, like he's got by the way, I finally found it.
Perfect.
Dominion, June
Okay.
9th.
All right.
Yeah, Dominion on June 9th is the Moxley Evil title match. Anyways, the stop and start shit with Takeshita.
Yeah.
He showed when he came in 2 years ago now, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah. It's been a while since he's been here though.
Yeah. He's he has shown like he bell to bell is one of the best wrestlers in the world. I would put him in, top 10, top 15
Yeah.
of guys that, bell to bell.
Hmm.
Um, you have such an incredible talent on your hands
Yeah.
with Konosuke.
Yeah.
But ever since he turned on Omega and the Elite,
Yeah. It's been kind of just go stop, go
it's
stop.
it's
It's
been
been red light, green light.
yeah, it's been like, you know, he was up here when he turned on him,
Yep.
and it's just like slowly tapered off.
I think that's
And then they'll heat him up again, but then they'll taper off again. And it's like,
some of it. I think though too is I think now they have a large roster now. I just don't think sometimes they know how to push properly. Maybe that's just it. I don't know. Like it could be a lot
yeah,
of reasons. Uh, but all in all, I think Takeshita's could probably get that IWGP title eventually at some point down, but it'll probably be
I don't even think, sorry, I don't even think that Takeshita is going to even go after the IWGP
well
heavyweight title.
he posted on Twitter or X after saying, well, looks like I want that title. So who knows?
Yeah, we'll
Uh
see. But I think he should, by all rights, be a major player to take on Swerve.
yeah. He probably will be down the line. They might heat him up to do that.
So,
Uh
like, how many shows do we have before All In?
mm,
3? So what would be next? Forbidden Door, right?
yeah, for Forbidden Door will be next. And then you'll go
Forbidden
into
Door.
all in.
No show in July or August? Or, well, no show in July or early August?
No, there's not yet.
Oh, okay.
Uh, but we'll see what happens, mate. I mean, you
Yeah.
never know.
Well, because that's usually reserved for a New Japan guy, right?
Yeah. I
Um,
mean, you might have something at Forbidden Door for him.
well, I mean, you could do it straight up on Dynamite, but
You could.
because they like to do those big dynamites in
Yeah,
between pay-per-views.
absolutely do.
Uh,
Let's go to, you know what? Let's talk about Edge. Sorry, Adam Copeland versus Malachi Black, who Adam Copeland came down to a full version this time of South of Heaven by
yes.
Slayer.
And
Uh,
in case you didn't get the reference, they put Rude right on the Titantron,
I saw that too. I was like, oh, I guess they got the, I guess they got the rights to that. I didn't think they did.
and that was not the only Rude reference we'd get in this one, was it?
No, we didn't. It was a really good violent match. I liked it. like I said before, I'm worried about Adam Copeland, but he did a lot of crazy stuff in that match. At one point, they had a lot of people convinced. The House of Black comes down. Matthews and Brody King come on down. They stand beside Malachi Black on the outside of the ring, and then they move over to Copeland. And the look on Malachi's face was so convincing you actually thought this was happening.
Yeah,
And then, bam!
it was really well done.
It
And
was
then
very
they
well
they
done.
get him back in the ring, and they were about to set him up for the end,
Yeah,
uh, formerly Black Mass.
yeah. I
Uh,
like Black Mass so much better.
when the lights start going red,
Yeah,
and lo and behold, there's Gangrel,
yeah,
uh, banging and banging, still in his 50s.
yeah. Looked pretty
Uh,
good actually. Wasn't look too half bad actually.
I mean, he works independence almost every weekend.
Yeah, he owns his own wrestling school. I understand in I think Florida. I think it's
I
Florida.
I
Maybe
don't
maybe California. But I
I
know
honestly
it's in a warm state. I know that.
yeah, I don't
Uh,
remember. I saw an interview with him. I know he had a podcast at some point.
yeah.
I just forget where he's at.
Really nice guy from what I understand. Very nice guy.
Anyways,
Uh,
anyways, Gangrel handing out impalers like it's
yeah,
1998.
yeah.
Uh, and then Copeland spear, and he now, I
Barbed wired
guess,
him.
I guess now, Matthews and King have to join Copeland.
I guess so. I don't know. I think the whole mouth. I think the whole everybody just. I think the whole House of Black joins them. I don't know. We can find out on Dynamite.
Yeah,
See
I
how
guess
that
so.
see if it's true. Good match though. It really shows like if you give guys somebody like Malachi Black a lot of time, they've got a good, really good. I
You
mean,
want to hear
I
something
like all of
crazy?
his matches in general.
You
So
want you want to hear something crazy?
sure,
That is only the second singles loss that Malachi Black has had in his entire AEW run.
it's crazy.
That's the first singles match he's lost since losing to the current undisputed WWE champion, Cody Rhodes, 3 years ago.
Yeah, because he beat Cody first
Yeah, and
convincingly.
then Cody won the
Came
return.
back. Yeah, I remember that too. The first match was like, whoa,
Yeah.
just kicked his head off. Like literally kicked his bloody head off.
Mhm.
Uh,
I guess that just leaves us.
well, there was one throwaway. There was a couple of throwaway matches there. Trent Trent Beretta versus Orange Cassidy. Trent not winning just kind of just makes no sense to me,
Well,
especially
it
after the heel
does. It
turn.
does because yeah, no, it totally does because Trent spent the last like fucking 2 months terrorizing the best friends, and
Yeah,
Orange Cassidy had to bring out like a darker version of himself. He used his old theme music.
yeah. I'm Where Is My Mind?
Yeah,
The Pixies.
yes, thank you. Um, and he
Probably
also
their only great song, to be honest with you.
and he came out in a black t-shirt and darker denim.
Yeah. Ooh.
Uh, listen,
I'm not the biggest Orange Cassidy fan.
when you
Don't.
when you understand the Orange Cassidy character, this is exactly how this would look.
Fair enough.
But yeah,
Uh, let's go. Oh, Chris Jericho learning to rematch. Who cares? I think they're right when they say Chris needs to go away for a little bit. He
uh,
should.
We have a new member of the learning tree, though.
We do.
Bounty Hunter Brian Keith.
Yeah. Should be interesting how that one goes. Keeps joining building these factions up. I mean, I don't know. I just don't get it. I honestly, I love Chris Jericho,
How many
but I think at this point in time now, I
has
think maybe Chris
Jericho
just goes away for a bit.
has Jericho gone through a period in AEW where he hasn't had a faction?
No, every time he has a faction all the time.
Like it was the Inner Circle,
Then with the Jericho Appreciation,
and then
he's had this small gap, and now he's the learning tree again with another faction coming in.
yeah,
It's annoying. Let's get to Swerve and Christian Cage.
yeah.
And we'll get this thing ended after that.
Swerve's the fucking man.
Yeah.
Swerve right now is probably my MVP of AEW for 2024 so far.
Absolutely is.
I mean, if I were to do a top 10 right now, probably like I'll only give you like two or three, but probably Osprey, Swerve, Cody.
If you're going to do the PW Top 100 right now, yeah, I'd probably say your 1, 2, 3 is probably Swerve, Cody, Osprey, or Cody, Swerve, Osprey, or Cody, Osprey, Swerve. Well, it doesn't matter which 1, 2, 3 you put them. It's gonna be one. It's probably those three in general right now.
I think they're interchangeable.
Yeah. Depends on what your opinion is on either one. I like all three guys, so I'm okay with that.
In terms of, I just look at in terms of the year and the quality that those three have cranked out.
Yeah,
those are probably my top three of the year so far.
That's probably good assessment right now for the actual PW Insider 100 anyway. We'll see how the rest of the year goes, but yeah.
As we approach the beginning of the half year point.
It's true. There was no way Swerve was going to lose this match number one to Cage.
Fuck no.
But
Anarchy in the Arena.
Anarchy Arena.
Oh jeez, this match.
They lit Jack Perry on fire
after he had already kidnapped Tony Khan.
Yeah, so weird. This is just getting weird.
So just like they did with Wild Thing a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
They played Final Countdown while they were brawling in the arena.
Super.
And Matt Jackson gets on a microphone